102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:35. And Metallica with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Going to be rainy today with a high of 78. Tomorrow, a little bit more rain, cloudy with a high of 71. It's 59 right now in downtown Springfield.
Perhaps, just perhaps, a thrilling round of Am I the A-Hole today.
Oh, yeah, we can dig that out. We can definitely dig that out.
There'll be other stuff, too. I can also tell you this. If you're going to be listening to the show after the show on the podcast, brought to you by Curry Honda and Chicopee, experience the best.
Yes, the best.
The absolute best. And like I said, more Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 5:50, and Peter Gabriel with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Going to be cloudy and then some rain showers this afternoon with a high of 78. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 71. It is 59 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Well, that didn't last long. Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to the airwaves tonight. ABC said in a statement that his suspension was just a matter of timing.
And yet, they were able to milk it for as much as they could.
Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It's a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached a decision to return to the show on Tuesday. It had nothing to do with the fact that we lost $3.2 billion over the weekend.
Actually, no, it had everything to do with the fact that it lost $3.2 billion.
No. Yeah, this is what it's about. It's about sitting down and having a conversation with somebody. That's all you need to do. It has nothing to do with $3.2 billion being lost.
I don't know if you're fully aware of how the broadcasting industry works, but
no idea.
They don't ever make any decisions based on them being nice guys.
Yeah.
It's really all about whether or not they're going to lose $3.2 billion in a weekend.
Obviously, he's expected to address the situation when he hits the stage tonight. Here's a little info. I won't be watching it, just like I haven't watched it for the last 20 years anyway. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, his ratings have been kind of going into the crapper. This is a great way to maybe rejuvenate it.
Well, regardless of whether the ratings were thing, it was the shakedown by the government that was the thing that was really prodding the cattle there.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you're really looking to say pump up ratings, what is it? September? You're really looking to pump up ratings, take them off, make a deal out of it, and then bring them back. All of a sudden, everybody looks like a hero, and people start tuning in because they can't wait to see what he has to say.
I'm not tuning in, though, for
No,
it.
I know you're not, but there will be plenty of people that will.
But
simply because it's his first night back. Now, tomorrow night might be a totally different story when they realize the show wasn't all that good to begin with.
Well, it hasn't. I don't think it's ever been. I never even liked him when he was on The Man Show. I thought that was him and Adam Carolla. I don't like Adam Carolla anyway.
I kind of washed my hands after winning Ben Stein's money.
I never even really watched that show either.
I watched it purely for Ben Stein.
Nobody does that.
I do.
Did you?
Sure.
Really? Anyway, Disney released the trailer for the big screen Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, or whatever the hell it's called, and the comments were flooded with people razzing Disney over Kimmel's suspension. That movie stars Pedro Pascal, who actually signed an ACLU letter supporting free speech and condemning the suspension. So.
And they're not going to get rid of him because he's the franchise over there.
He's the Mandalorian, or whatever it is.
Right.
You know who else is a Mandalorian?
Who's a Mandalorian?
I'm a Mandalorian.
Are you a Mandalorian?
I am. Ben Affleck's attempt to rekindle that flame with J-Lo fizzled, and Jennifer Garner is engaged to another guy. Now, rumor has it, Ben's sniffing around one of his other exes, Ana de Armas. But Anna is dating Tom Cruise right now, and he doesn't like it. This guy needs to just... There's plenty of fish in the sea.
You know, he's focused on, like, these three women, but all these three women have all, at certain points in their lives, been completely sick of Ben Affleck. Maybe he just needs to go back to Matt Damon and Let that be the love of his life.
Could be. A source says, quote, Ben and Anna ended things as friends and they vowed that would stay that way. Lately, he's been reaching out to try to see what's up and potentially hang out when they're in the same city. For Cruz, that's crossing a line. Tom trusts Anna, but he doesn't trust Ben farther than he can throw him. Well, I mean, Tom Cruise can throw pretty far, probably throw Ben Affleck pretty far.
I don't know. Ben Affleck's over 6 feet tall. Tom Cruise like 5'6". I just think on
the bigger they
height
are,
ratio alone, it'd be hard to pick him up and throw him.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. As far as Tom is concerned, Ben ought to respect those boundaries.
That sounds like a threat.
Why can't he just go like on Bumble or Tinder or Hinge or one
Because
of
if he puts his picture on Bumble or whatever
they're
it
gonna
is,
think it's fake.
they're gonna think it's fake. Yeah, like Ben Affleck has to go down this road for a date.
There is a high income, high profile dating thing. That these A-list celebrities can join.
But it costs a fortune.
Yes, but that's the whole point. You don't think he has that kind of money?
He has the money. Does he want to spend the money? I would say no.
48-year-old John Cena doesn't have any children, but he doesn't plan on changing that anytime soon. He previously mentioned that he doesn't have the time to be a great parent because he's just busy living life to the fullest. Well, he recently doubled down at a convention in Boston. I'll give you a small insight into my life. I've been working straight for 43 days now, and I've got another 20 to go. So if I were to bring a life into this world that needs environmental nurture and unconditional love, I also know that takes the time. I've been blessed with some great opportunities. This guy is just perfect all around, isn't he?
You know, he's not just a great actor and a good wrestler. He's a dreamy little snack, that guy.
Yeah, life has awarded me the chance to do some amazing things, and I want to seize those opportunities, so I don't want to make an irresponsible choice and bring a life into the world that I will neglect. I don't think that's fair. What? John Cena?
I've seen him make nothing but good decisions.
Yeah.
He went to the Socialite Coffee Bar. That's a nice place. Went to Casabella in Hamden when I was down here. He makes good choices. I'm not going to second guess him.
And fans are praising him for his self-awareness and honesty. I mean, it is pretty self-aware. Like, hey, listen, I don't have the time to dedicate to these.
Yeah.
I
can't be all things to all people.
What was there was something I heard last week, and it was laughable. It was laughable because of the situation that it was in. It was not about the subject matter that it was about. It was about death and shootings and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And these two political pundit people. What does your nanny tell your kids at night about the way of the world before they go to sleep?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is your nanny?
Yeah.
How about parents?
Well, this is because these people are so, well off and they're busy doing other things and they still procreate, yet they have these kids that they don't even spend time with. And the guy was like, I tell my nanny to tell my kids that daddy's always watching.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to have...
I think it was Charlie Kirk, actually. I think it was quoting him.
I'm going to have a real heart-to-heart conversation with our au pair so that she's prepared to talk to my children about the things I want to have happen.
Yeah. I usually tell the dog, hey, tell the kids I said goodnight and that I love them very much.
And he'll do it after he's done drinking from the toilet.
And eating a dozen donuts. I'm sure. Kim Kardashian admits she was emotionally split open after watching the Netflix documentary Guy Fieri Behind the Flame.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she must have something to say.
Oh, my God, the last time I had something rattling my insides like that was when Ray J jackhammered his gravy ladle into the sin tunnel and frosted me like a Cinnabon in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn, $39.95.
I do love those things.
It smells good when you walk in there.
Caitlin?
Well, I never played Slap and Tickle with Your Mother, Kim. But I once snorkeled in her clam hammock and came up clutching pearls like I was in a Zales commercial. I was shrink-wrapped in that vinyl body sling like it was Hannibal Lecter's face mask, only sloppier and steamier.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, you remember Hostess cream-filled cupcakes? You'd bite in and suddenly that white goo would erupt and ooze down your chin and leave you sticky for hours?
Yes.
Ah, your mother. Just like that. And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
Ready? Construction, fall.
Traeger wood-fire grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I'll be honest. If I were ever to get back into the game of professional sports team ownership, a few things would have to happen. First, I'd probably need more than a single share of non-dividend paying stock in the team. I'm never going to make that same mistake again. Secondly, I would need to suddenly fall into a lot of money that I do not presently have. And thirdly, I would like to know that the team I was buying was not a piece of garbage. Sadly, there's no such thing as the lemon law in Major League Sports ownership. Owning a sports team is the ultimate scratch and dent sale. You get what you get off the lot, and that's the best you can hope for. Yesterday, Major League Baseball owners unanimously approved the sale of the Tampa Bay Rays to real estate developer Patrick Zalewski in a deal that is said to be worth $1.7 billion. The reason the current owner, Stu Steinberg, is selling the team is because, unlike nearly every other team in baseball, they are still playing in a temporary stadium following the damage from Hurricane Milton to Tropicana Field. The Steinberg team announced in March that due to delays and future hurricane threats, they were backing out of the $1.3 billion plan to build a new stadium. Otherwise, fans could enjoy not going to games in 3 different places. You see, Tampa has the second worst record in all of baseball. Only the A's have it worse, but that's mostly because they're functionally homeless. My question is this: with the Yankees worth $8 billion and the Red Sox worth $4.7 billion, what part of buying the Tampa Bay Rays seems like a good idea? A team with limited growth, an evaporating customer base, and as of about 12 hours ago, still no permanent place to play. You know, whenever I buy a big-ticket item, I like to make sure I'm not buying a total piece of junk. I kick a few tires, take it for a spin. I might even look at other options, but since the $1.7 billion sale is going to include a $1.3 billion stadium to support the average attendance of 9,700 people per game, I would strongly consider buying something else. But hey, you do you. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Nate and the Westfield Rockies, a steel train outdoor power tech, silver certified and everything. And that's not the only certification the guy's got. Nate is an intelligent outdoor power advisor. See Nate at Westfield. Good people, rock solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 6:12, and the Beatles with Bax and Nagle. Nagle. What'd I say? Nadle?
Nadle? Like I'm a ladle?
I have no idea. Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be cloudy with some rain showers later on today with a high of 78. It is 59 right now in downtown Springfield. Well, today is the Rapture, and I haven't a thing to wear. Yeah. That's right, the Rapture prophecy from dream to global sensation.
That's today?
That's today.
I can't be involved in a Rapture today. I got some prescriptions at CVS I have to pick up.
They'll be there when you get back. On the eve of September 23rd, 2025, social media platforms erupted with one of the most feverish apocalyptic predictions in recent memory. In this latest wave, the Rapture, which is the sudden ascent of Christian believers into heaven, wasn't just whispered about in church basements or obscure online forums. Instead, it blazed across TikTok, X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, captivating millions and sparking a frenzy that blurred the line between satire and sincerity.
I got to tell you, that was the worst rapture or apocalypse I had ever been through. I had everything prepared. I had snacks. I wore some nice change of clothes, fresh underpants, everything they tell you to prepare for the rapture. And what did I get? A big bag of jack squat.
I remember going through this back in 2012. Like several times. There was a guy who said it was going to happen in like May and then you know the Mayans and the December thing and it never came.
I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
I'm going on a limb, but follow me on this. That if there is going to be a rapture, it's going to happen quick.
Yeah.
And you're not even going to know about it. It's going to happen so fast. It's like,
No.
What just happened?
Only the chosen ones will be ascended into heaven. I'll be here suffering with the rest of them. That's the prediction.
I've got no problem with that, just as long as I can get to CVS by the end of the day.
At the heart of the viral prophecy is Pastor Joshua McCalla, the South African preacher whose interview with the Sent Winds TV became the seed for a digital wildfire. McCalla claimed that the God appeared to him in a dream, conveying a clear, urgent message. I'm coming soon. He specified the dates September 23rd and September 24th of 2025, coinciding with Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. and declared that the rapture was imminent, whether the world was ready or not. The pastor described vivid visions of Jesus seated on his throne, accompanied by warnings of powerful beings chasing and consuming those left behind. Despite the dramatic storytelling, the evidence offered was scant, rooted entirely in personal revelation.
Now, I know that there are certain parts of the Bible that are open to interpretation, maybe more metaphorical than literal. When they talk about the rapture and Jesus being on the throne, at any point does Jesus say, hey, I'm in here?
Hey, do you have a square to spare?
Doesn't anybody knock anymore?
Macaulay's prophecy ricocheted across the internet. It spawned the phenomenon known as rapture talk. Here, TikTok users posted impassioned videos, earnest testimonials, and inevitably parodies. Some, like user, whatever this person's name is, claimed to have given away all possessions to the heathens and transferred the deed to her house, convinced none of this material world would matter post-rapture.
Was that Facebook Marketplace?
I believe it was. For her videos, viewed by over 1 million, offered tips for preparing for ascension, sometimes straddling the line between satire and solemnity.
Solemnity, is that
solemnity?
Right? Yes.
I know, but it's the M and the N together.
I got you.
Yeah. Others took the prophecy at face value, quitting jobs, selling cars, and planning for a future they believed would vanish overnight. Don't believe everything you see. Again, TikTok is entertainment. It's to make you go, oh my God, I can't believe this guy's getting rid of all of his possessions. He didn't. He just did it for clout.
Or for likes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Non-believers, according to the narrative, would simply notice the sudden absence of neighbors and loved ones as the story... so if we don't see somebody, they went to heaven, and we're stuck here.
Well, I mean, not everybody we haven't seen in a while is in heaven or somewhere else.
You don't know that.
Well, we haven't seen a guy in 3 years, and he's still in Wisconsin.
Well, that is kind of like heaven, isn't it? Isn't that like a little piece of his own heaven?
It was hell before he left.
As the story spread, posts and memes flooded TikTok, ranging from sincere prayers to comedic post-rapture kits for those left behind. Comedian Kevin Fredericks took a skeptical, if humorous, angle, questioning the logistics. What time zone is this happening? I always kind of wonder that too. Because if you do read the Bible says you ain't going to know the day and time that this is going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a big surprise.
And this guy's right. What time zone is this happening in? And what about that section of the country that doesn't do daylight savings and, it's like an hour across the border?
That's why I don't think it's going to be so specific. Kind of like on New Year's Eve when they show all the balls dropping all over the world.
Yeah.
It's like, they had the rapture first. We'll be there in about 9 hours.
Yeah. Well, this is why it's encompassing 2 different days, September 23rd and September 24th. You can't. The rapture ain't going to happen in a couple of hours. I mean,
no.
It's going to take some time.
Now, what happens if we're a couple of days from the rapture? Say it's like tomorrow, hypothetically. Rapture's coming tomorrow. You get a notification on your phone. Your Amazon packages are going to arrive on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't get them any faster than that. What happens?
Well, you're thinking you're going to be lucky enough to be chosen. It says you're just going to wake up one day and all your neighbors are going to be gone, the ones that descended into heaven.
I'm not assuming anything, but if there's a way to pick and choose which neighbors go first, I got a list.
I actually kind of wouldn't mind seeing a few people that I know that are into this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you disappear. You went to heaven.
See, I'm not so jaded as you. I enjoy people, Steve. Even the miserable ones.
Even the ones who believe that your soul isn't going to be saved because you didn't follow whatever you were supposed to follow.
Please, what?
The instructions were specific. I don't know if you.
Well, I mean, I've all the ones that I've violated. I've been contrite, and I've gone through all the things I need to do to be all the things I had to do to apologize.
Oh man, you be bopping step 9 and all over town.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
you should see what the court order said.
So here's the aftermath. What happens when the date passes? As September 23rd dawns and the world continues spinning, the prophecy, like its predecessors, will inevitably confront reality. For those who stake their lives and livelihoods on Makala's vision, waking up on September 24th may bring relief, confusion, or regret. For the internet at large, the episode will fuel new memes, debates, and perhaps another round of predictions. I always wondered that. What happens to those people who were, like, remember that guy? There was a guy back in 2012.
Yeah.
He was he had a radio talk show. He was a preacher. And he predicted that it was going to happen in like May 23rd, and then May 23rd comes and goes, and then whatever happened to that guy? Whatever happened to all the people that believed that that was going to happen, and then it doesn't happen? Do you just pick up and move on?
That guy on the radio, that preacher you're talking about, is the same guy that did War of the Roses once a week. Nothing that came out of that show is believable. All phony.
I just wonder how these people are going to fare with themselves when they realize that this was all just entertainment and it wasn't real.
Well, I mean, that whole Y2K thing had people pretty baffled for a while, didn't it? And that was a whole bunch of nothing.
Well, I was never really worried about that.
Yeah, but there were some people that thought, well, this is it.
This is the end of humanity.
I might as well buy my sneakers and wait for the Hale-Bopp comet to take us away.
And here we are 25 years later, and
still nothing.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that Y2K thing to finally hit.
That Y2K thing was like, oh, my God, the world's going to end because we didn't put the year in front of the zeros. And they ask an IT guy, like, what can we do? Well, you're just going to go in here and change the code.
It's going to be a total meltdown.
That was it?
Of the entire system.
Wait, you just got to press Control-Alt-Delete and restart the whole thing, and that's how it works?
That's it. You got to reboot.
My goodness.
It's all about rebooting.
Well, there you go. I hope you're prepared for the rapture.
To Springfield's Classic Rock at 627 and Sabbath with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam's got the full forecast for you.
Yeah, I know you're about to tell the joke of the day, but if you want to really laugh at something funny, Tom Cotter is going to be headlining the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night on Thursday, October 16th. Those tickets are on sale now. It's brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements and Aqua Pump. It's a night of laughs to benefit the open pantry. The Mayflower Marathon is really not that far away, and we're going to give it a little boost by having Tom Cotter give you a great comedy show. All ticket profits will be donated to the Mayflower Marathon for the open pantry. Again, Thursday, October 16th. Buy your tickets right now at rock102.com.
It's going to be a fun night.
That will be a lot of fun.
Do you want to laugh in the meantime?
Sure.
Let's do that, if I can pull that. There we go.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
On Rock 102.
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Just blows my mind every time I hear it.
Sure does.
A lost dog wanders into the jungle. A lion spots him from a distance and thinks, never seen one of them before. Looks pretty tasty. And then the lion starts charging, and the dog freaks out until he notices some bones nearby. And thinking real fast, he blurts out, that was some tasty lion meat. And the lion slams on the brakes, and he's like, wait, this little guy eats lions? I'm out of this one. Right?
Yeah.
High up in a tree, a monkey saw the whole thing. He scampers over to the lion and spills the truth, hoping to score some points. The lion growls, hop on my back, we'll get them together. Right? And then they storm back towards the dog, and the dog sees them coming and panics a little harder and goes, hey, where the hell's that monkey? I told him to bring me another lion an hour ago. Hey. He's turning it back on the monkey.
I totally guess a monkey's fault.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
631 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well through the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A Longmeadow woman has pleaded guilty in Springfield federal court to a loan fraud scheme involving forged lease agreements and fraudulent rent rolls. Charging documents stated that 57-year-old Jeanette Norman of Longmeadow and her husband, Louis Masacci, owned dozens of limited liability companies as business partners, including JLL Realty Developers, LLC. Norman's sister, Christine Gendron, was the financial manager for this company. Between May 2016 and May 2019, Norman, Maschke, and Gendron reportedly conspired to fraudulently obtain loans from financial institutions and commercial lenders for their companies. They did this by providing false and fictitious financial information, including false rent rolls, Ooh, I love rent rolls. They're the best when they're fresh.
Yeah, I know. They're right out of the oven. Delicious.
And forged lease agreements for properties in Springfield, East Longmeadow, and Enfield. When Norman and her co-conspirators received a loan, their companies reportedly made some or no payments, defaulting on the loans and causing significant losses to the commercial lenders. According to the charging documents, the fraud scheme involved a total of $62,232,000 in loans and resulted in a loss of $20 million. In May of 2025, Norman and Massachi were indicted by a federal grand jury. In June, Gendron pleaded guilty in a related case to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Norman pleaded guilty last Friday to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 2 counts of wire fraud. She's scheduled to be sentenced on January 22nd. For these charges, Norman could face up to 30 years in prison and a fine of up to $1 million or twice the gross gain or loss. Well, I mean, for $1 million, you got $20 million. That should be a walk in the park to pay that back.
But I mean, that's an awful lot of money to be bilking from people.
You think so?
Yeah, I do, and just 93 days away from Christmas too.
Yeah, it sucks when it's so close to the holidays like that.
It really is.
Springfield police seized 2 4-wheel ATVs on Saturday as part of the department's ongoing off-highway vehicle enforcement throughout the city. Springfield Police spokesman Ryan Wall stated that on Saturday afternoon, officers took part in several directed patrols in city parks, as well as following up on investigations in connection with illegal dirt bike and off-highway vehicle activity in the area. During the patrol, 2 traffic stops were conducted. At approximately 1:40 p.m., officers in the area of Woodmont Street noticed a blue 4-wheeler illegally driving on the road. They approached the driver when he stopped on Denton Street, and he was observed not wearing a helmet. Police seized the quad, and the rider will receive a criminal complaint to court. Springfield police said at approximately 3 p.m. on Saturday, a teenage girl was observed riding a red quad with her without a helmet on Hancock Street. Officers conducted a traffic stop and seized the quad. The juvenile will also receive a criminal complaint. The enforcement aims to deter illegal riding of dirt bikes and other OHVs on city streets. That's an off-highway vehicle.
Oh, I see.
The Springfield Police says that the vehicles are illegal on all roads and have caused serious injuries and death to many riders, as well as creating harm to traffic and pedestrians. The name and changes of the adult male suspect charges of the adult male suspect have not been shared. The juvenile's identity will not be released because she's a juvenile. So,
well, they'll be out and back on their bikes in no time.
Yeah, another bike.
Yeah, some other bike that they found.
Well, you don't
abandoned somewhere.
You don't want to mess with Mayor Dom Dom. When it comes
I wouldn't.
to the dirt bikes,
but yet people do. Like they completely forget what a badass he is.
Did you know my nipples are a lot like the Great Pyramids?
Really?
They're hard as stone, 400 feet tall, and worshipped by ancient Egyptians.
I didn't know that.
Do you know I can put out forest fires?
Really?
Simply by going to the bathroom.
I can believe that.
Yeah. When people say God bless America, they're really saying God bless Dom Dom, because due to a 1952 decree by Congress, the terms Dom Dom and America are interchangeable.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, that is a fact.
I had no idea.
You know, much to the chagrin of all the single ladies, Dom Dom likes it, but he'll never put a ring on it.
Well, he's already spoken for, too.
However, I will put a ring around your eye.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. That's like a threat.
Look like Rocky Raccoon over there with your Gideon's Bible and whatnot.
He didn't like that.
Yeah, you think the rapture's going to be bad? You haven't experienced Dom Dom.
Because when those haymakers are flying, you'll wish that it's the end of the earth.
That's right. The Asian longhorn tick, an invasive species, has
I went to dinner there the other day.
With the Asian longhorn?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, where you throw the shells of the ticks on the floor?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Has been discovered in Massachusetts, raising concerns about its potential impact on public health and agriculture. The tick, which has been spreading throughout New England, is known to potentially carry bacteria that cause Rocky Mountain spotted fever. But that's how you get the Rocky Mountain high. That's what John Denver was all about.
You're right about that.
A serious illness transmitted through tick bites. However, ticks found in the U.S. have not yet been found to carry this particular bacterium. The females of the species do not require the male to make eggs. You can have one hitchhiking female And the problem is massive as far as hitchhiking. It doesn't need a male, and it reproduces on its own. That's according to Natasha Wright from the Brahmin Termite and Pest Elimination Company, because that's where they go for their experts.
You know, I'm not a big fan of the ticks because, you know, I've had the Lyme disease not once but twice.
Yeah.
And I don't like them.
No.
And I realize that, you know, I don't want to say that they should be eradicated from the planet, but they are the biggest jerks in the bug kingdom.
Listen, if you want to share a pic of your tick, send your tick pics to reportit@22news.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the provocative ones.
Yeah. Show me your tick pics. Yeah.
Unsolicited
Yeah.
tick pics.
I didn't ask for these. Yes, but you're not pushing them away, are you?
Are these tick pics safe for work?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all safe for work, because that's what we're going to be getting down to doing once I get over there and hitchhike on your back. You know where I finish? Right
No.
on the bullseye bite.
I bet
Yeah,
you
I
do.
bet you do.
Yeah.
Right in the center. The Southampton Police Department is warning the public of a fraudulent website impersonating a former Harley-Davidson dealership in town. Police said the website hd-southampton.com is impersonating a Harley-Davidson dealership located at 17 College Highway in Southampton. This dealership reportedly closed over 5 years ago and is no longer any website or operations affiliated with it. The fraudulent site and other parts others are part of a scam designed to target motorcycle buyers by falsely posing as a dealership and advertising products to collect payments for items that do not exist. Southampton police said that victims have reported thousands of dollars in financial losses after sending payments to these types of websites. To prevent falling victim to the scam, do not send money or provide any personal information to these websites. Motorcycle buyers can verify the authenticity of a dealership through Harley-Davidson's official dealer locator online.
So if they're not on there, they don't exist.
Right. Fraudulent websites can be reported to the FTC. So there you go.
All right. Well, that's I tell you what, I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often. You know, phoning up websites on businesses that no longer exist for the purposes of taking your money in exchange for a big bag of nothing.
Well, I fell victim to a Harley-Davidson scam once.
You did?
Yeah, it was. I tried to buy a bike from a website called I'mTheBitchThatFellOff.com, and
that wasn't legitimate.
With its sister website, if you can read this, the bitch fell off.
I see.
Yeah.
It's funny because I would have thought that would have been a great place to buy a bike.
It would have been, but not anymore. It was a fraud. It was fake the whole time, Bax. The Massachusetts RMV announced Monday that all driving school classes will now transition back to an in-person format.
So no more remote.
No. Effective Monday, a live instructor is now required to teach all classes, including the parent class. What's the parent class? Did you have to do this when your kids go in there and got their license?
I don't believe so, no.
There's also a maximum of 30 students per class with a student-teacher ratio of 30-1. The RMV stated that the decision comes from research showing that in-person learning fosters better focus, higher engagement, and more effective preparation for safe driving. Well, I don't know how you drive when you're sitting in your bedroom, unless you got that Mario Kart thing.
Yeah, I don't think Mario Kart is actually a real good indicator of your driving skill.
Have you seen the way people drive up and down 91? I believe that's exactly how they got their license.
Yes, many banana peels and cannonballs are falling out of people's cars all the time. But if I'm jumping from mushroom to mushroom, Steve, just to catch some gold rings, that's not accurate highway safety.
Western Mass News spoke with Gerald Smith, the owner of Agawam Driving School. He explained why this decision may not be in the best interest of all students. Out here in Western Mass, we have kids traveling 30 to 40 minutes to and from class each day. That's the whole point.
Yeah, the best way to learn how to drive is to drive to the class.
I understand why they want people live and in person, and I get that, and I think that's a wonderful thing, but for some people, it just doesn't fit. But this online thing didn't start until like 5 years ago, so what about all the people before them that went to all these in-person classes? It's not like this is uncharted territory for us.
No, it's not, but there is now a generation of youngsters that don't really know any better. and that online learning is what they know.
But this is something that you definitely need practice for.
I agree, but it's not the way the world's working anymore, right, Steve?
It's like getting a job. When they say you need to you can go to school and you can go get a job. Well, you can't usually get the experience until you're actually doing something. So you should go in person and do something and do this versus listening to a lecture online for 45 minutes.
Listen, different people have different circumstances, and sometimes the most convenient way to work is from home. But there is something to be said about going to an office, working with actual people that you can see face to face, talking about them behind their back when they leave, creating office political scandals, that kind of thing. There's something to be said about that. I think it's healthy for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really that healthy.
You don't think so?
No.
Don't you think you learn more about the human condition doing it that way than if you're just sitting in your living room with a laptop?
Here's a message
on the coffee table.
I guess so. Here's a message from another parent. The parent class. You'll soon be exposed to that when they start driving. You have to go to a 2-hour class to understand what the rules are for your new driver. So much fun. That does sound like a lot of fun.
I was
nothing I want to do for 2 hours and learn all the things that I don't do to begin with.
I was never asked to do that. It's possible that somebody else might have been, but I was never asked to join the class.
Well,
I would have.
It's a new thing, maybe.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with some rain showers later on today with a high of 78. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 70. It's 57 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
102 Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:53 in Soundgarden with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny to start, then clouds moving in this afternoon with a chance of some showers, high of 78. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 70. It is 57 right now in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is music journalist Jason Pettigrew. He's a former editor of Alternative Press. He's written for Spin Magazine, dozens of others. He's a really interesting guy, and he has just written his very first book for the 33 and a Third book series, which is a series that's been around for years. They just focus on one album. And the album that he writes about is Ministry, The Land of Rape and Honey, which in the 80s is a very, very important record. It's an amazing story about the band, and Jason does a phenomenal job with it. It's actually a really cool interview. He's available on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. It's all brought to you by Metro, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Sweet. I did take my dog to the vet yesterday for his annual checkup. It's so funny how they know exactly where they're going without you even saying anything. So I'll say, "Hey, Wally, you want to go for a walk?"
Yeah,
because that's what we usually do in the afternoon. I take him for a walk, up a trail or something like that, right?
Right.
And so he gets all excited. And he gets in the car and he's panting. And he's ready to go and everything. Mm-hmm. And then I'm driving, and there's a certain way I go to this vet's office. Now, it's also the same way we go to some trails that we walk on, except for this one last turn that doesn't go to the trails. It goes to the vet's office.
And he knows.
And as soon as I make that turn, the anxiety in this dog starts going, like, I don't want to go to that guy again.
They're going to put something inside of me.
Well, because it's like PTSD for the dog. They know that's the place where they get poked and prodded with their annual shots, and he had to get blood drawn for a Lyme test and, all this other stuff.
Well, thank God I'm not going to lose my balls this time.
But I find it very interesting how they know where they're going.
They do. It's funny because my dog. So my dog is old. He's a 12-year-old boy. Yeah. He doesn't care. Yeah. If I just wave the leash, he's excited. He'll
go somewhere.
He knows he's going somewhere, usually the car. Yeah. He loves the car. Even if we drive to the vet, he's still fairly happy.
Yeah.
He doesn't bug out. Even if he's sitting in the waiting room, he's just like, he could care less. He's like a unicorn that way. He doesn't He doesn't get bugged out about anything.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I know I'm lucky.
Because this dog just goes nuts. And then he hates getting his nails trimmed because they do that for you when you go to the vet. And it's like, it's funny how this dog will eat pretty much anything that you leave out. If you left something out, he would leave it. And matter of fact, yesterday when I came home, one of the kids had left, there was a jar of peanut butter that had maybe 4 tablespoons of peanut butter left in it.
Right.
And it was on the floor because somebody didn't put it. This is what you got to do in my house.
Yeah,
it's like locking it up, like it's Fort Knox. and he had the jar was on the floor.
Right.
Yet when we go to the vet and the vet goes, "Does he like peanut butter?" And I go, "Absolutely." He just had but he puts it on one of those little applicator sticks and he puts it in front of Wally's face. And he's like, "No, I don't want that," because he knows that when he licks that peanut butter, this guy's going to do something to him that he doesn't like. So he's smart. The dogs are really smart.
No, they are.
Yeah,
they are. I mean, if they know that something bad is going to happen, they'll do everything they can to avoid it.
Right.
But again, at this point, my dog is like, I'm an old man. There's nothing you can do to humiliate me anymore than you've already done over the last dozen years.
Yeah.
Let her rip. Kind of the way I am now when I go to a doctor. Oh, you want to jelly up a finger? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Tonight, it's a party.
Why don't you
boom
put
party.
a second one in there so I can get a second opinion?
It's a bum party, boom party. Let's go, right? What was I going to add? There was something I was going to ask you. Oh, did you ever cut your dog's nails yourself?
Yeah.
They hate that.
I hate it.
Does he hate it?
He's not a big fan of it, no. He would much rather chew them off.
So it takes me almost 3 weeks to do it. Because
you do one paw at a time.
One paw, yes, but one moment at a time. You got to wait till he's like he fell asleep on a chair, and then you just take the little clipper and you go up and as soon as you do it, he's does that. No, absolutely not. You're not touching me again until he falls asleep, and then you do it again. You sneak up on him. But I just find it very amusing how he knows that he's going.
They're not stupid.
To the exam.
Yeah, they're going to that one place, the one place we don't talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think it would be a treat for the dog. You'd think, this is where I get peanut butter, and they give him snacks like it's like they're going out of style.
Oh yeah, hey, but he's in there with a bunch of other dogs that aren't feeling great.
Yeah,
everybody's miserable. He can't even have a good conversation with any of his dog friends.
Yeah,
and he knows that something is going to be injected inside of him that he doesn't want.
So then they got one vet tech doing the clipping, and the other vet tech doing a bear hug around him so he doesn't think. And then I'm trying to hold his head a little bit. And meanwhile, I still have that popsicle stick of peanut butter in my hand. And the thing is, just there's peanut. It was like a peanut butter massacre after that was over. So, but success anyway. He got all those shots.
It's 6:59 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? As many of you are fully aware, the New England Patriots did not fare very well against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. Oh, sure. Statistically speaking, Patriots did some good things. Led in first downs, passing yards, time of possession. I haven't seen lopsided possession numbers like this since Linda Blair got strapped to the bed. Unfortunately, the Patriots also led in untimely fumbles. Those sorts of boneheaded errors transform what should have been a clear Patriots win to another exasperating Patriots loss. And while I hate to unfairly point fingers at just one guy, I think Ramondre Stevenson and his butter-dipped fingertips should shoulder much of the blame. Stevenson, who led the league with 7 fumbles last year, is well on his way to exceeding that number thanks to the 2 slippery-handed fumbles he gave up on Sunday. When asked why he seems so incapable of holding on to footballs and what he's going to do about it, Ramondre said, quote, "Just attack practice like I do each and every day." In other words, nothing. He also went on to say that not only is ball security on top of his mind, he also came to the conclusion that, quote, "If I can't hold on to the ball, they don't need me." Well, you certainly got that right, son, because you see, as a running back, you have 2 main responsibilities. The first is that when you get the ball, run. Secondly, and this is when things get confusing, when you run with the ball, try not to let it go. Do these two things and you might just make it in this league. Pick which one you prefer the most, and you can expect to be sitting on the bench for a very long time. I can tell you this, back in the Bill Belichick days, he would have dipped this kid's hands in a bucket full of glue. He'd be huffing glue sticks. He'd be rolling around in mucilage. He'd be eating paste. Anything to make sure that he holds on to that football. Because that would be you doing your job. And right now, you are not. Unless your job is to help your team lose, in which case, nicely done. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Craftsman Outdoor Power Tool Kits, $20 at Rocky's. Blowers, hedge trimmers, string trimmers, $20 in their Ace Rewards card. Fall cleanup, sped up. The Craftsman $20 Outdoor Power Tool Sale going on right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's just about 7:14, and Led Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with the chance of some showers this afternoon and a high of 78. It is 57 right now in downtown Springfield. Are you ready for another round of AITAH?
What does that stand for?
You figure it out.
No, I'm not getting it.
Well, then I guess you're not going to do it then.
Well, what
else is going on?
Well, what is it?
It's a segment that we do here.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
All right. How about the first one? Am I the a-hole for refusing to listen to my husband about my breasts? Isn't that always
That's always a great conversation starter.
I want to have a breast reduction surgery. I will not be asking him to spend any money on me. We both work and put aside equal amount of money for private accounts, for private savings and spending, so please do not make it about money. I've been talking about this surgery since I turned 40, but I've dreamed about it since I was 15. Whenever I spoke about it, he would sit silent and listen. Supported me, I thought. Then he asked if I wanted him to go to my first consultation, and I was very happy. Consultations are usually private, but he wanted to tag along for the first part of the consultation. When I talked to the doctor, who is internationally a respected doctor, my husband sat silent at first and then asked when the psychological evaluation would happen. The doctor was puzzled and explained that I'm an adult. My husband got irritated and almost yelled, "So you would not mind operating on people with body dysmorphia?" The doctor and the nurse were shocked, and I was livid. When we got home, I was destroyed. I'm scared. I have lost my opportunity with the best surgeon in the country and probably one of the best in the world. My husband insisted I needed therapy, and he will not allow me to have the surgery because I look perfect. I asked him what he meant by not allowing me. I was very angry and crying. He said, "Well, I'll do anything. Tell your family you're mentally unstable, and I will leave you." Thankfully, I made a new appointment, and the doctor was too kind. I have my new appointment on Wednesday. My husband is livid and said he will never look at me or touch me ever again. So, am I the a-hole?
No.
Yeah.
I think the only a-hole thing you've done is marry that a-hole.
Well, I mean, women do that in order to prevent problems like osteoporosis.
Back issues. Yeah. There's all kinds of reasons to want them reduced.
And frankly, a reduction doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have mosquito bites. You know what I mean? Like it's just a reduction.
That's it.
It's a size reduction. It's like when they went from the box of Cheez-Its from the 10 ounce to the 8 ounce, but still the same price.
Yeah, I mean,
it still looks just as good.
You get a little bit less, and you still get to enjoy your Cheetos.
The inside is Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
The inside is still just as good.
You know, Steve, the size of a woman's breasts are not indicative of the kind of person they are inside. And, to judge them and to say, well, I'm not going to touch you with smaller breasts. That's not why I married you. To me, that shows a certain level of shallowness that I would never, ever put up with. I mean, as long as she's hot everywhere else. I mean, there's no reason to just totally, objectify her in that way.
I think you just ruined your argument.
What are you talking about? It's a perfectly good argument.
As long as she's good everywhere else, like in the derriere or the...
Right.
She's good. Good to go.
You're not talking about an entire overhaul here. You're just talking about, like a little nip and tuck.
Number 2. Am I the a-hole for refusing to allow my boyfriend's best friend to come over... I'm sorry. Refusing to allow my boyfriend's best friend to come to dinner over a dirty coffee mug. Okay? So, this woman's 23. My boyfriend, 25, we can call him David, has about 5 guy friends. I like all of them, and we've been on good terms for years. Once a month, I tell my boyfriend to invite them over for dinner. Usually I cook, clean the table, and do the dishes. It's a labor of love, and I enjoy doing it. This tradition has been going on for years. Most of them put away their dishes in the dishwasher, but I do the bulk of the work. Now, David is closest with his friend Mark. About a month ago, Mark broke up with his girlfriend, and he's been hanging out at our place almost every day. We all work from home, so he just shows up in the morning. I don't mind this either. David asked me if it was okay. What I mind is that Mark is a slob. Multiple mugs all over the house. Water cups, crumbs on the counter, dirty dishes. Even his dirty socks once. I made several comments to Mark that this is not dinner night, and if he is going to be over so much, he is not going to be treated as a guest, and he needs to learn to clean up after himself. He rolled his eyes at me. I told David 2 weeks ago that Mark needs to learn to pick up after himself. They had a talk, and Mark did make an effort for a few days, but now we're back at square one. David saw me getting frustrated, so now Mark comes over once a week, and David is quick to clean up after him. It still bugs me the wrong way, so yesterday when I felt like having people over for dinner, I invited everyone but Mark. David did not ask why. Maybe he figured it out. I don't know. Mark came to pick something up today and asked me why he wasn't invited, and I told him. He was surprised and called me petty and said it was unfair to be singled out over a dirty mug. I told him that unless he changes, I'm not cooking for him. He is welcome to come over and have David wait on him, but not me. I don't know if it's important, but the house is David's, but we live together. He got upset, called me the a-hole, and left. Did I overreact? I cannot tell at this point. I don't know. I mean, if you got somebody who's consistently coming over and making a mess, who doesn't even live there, doesn't pay rent, doesn't contribute to the household, and is just hanging out because he's got nothing better to do, then he should be cleaning up after himself if you're a guest in somebody's home.
I think if you're a guest, you got to abide by their rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you ever go to a house and someone says, "Hey, take off your shoes. We don't we don't walk on the house in shoes."
Right.
All right, I'll take off my shoes.
Yeah, out of respect.
Out of respect.
Yeah.
Those are the rules of the house. But if I'm going to be a shiftless layabout who's going to be hanging out of the house all the day, I got my feet on the coffee table, my potato chip bags are stuffed in between the pillows of the couch. Yeah, I can see where someone who owns the house might not think that's such a good idea. If you're going to be a guest, be a good guest.
Somebody pointed out that maybe that's why his girlfriend broke up with him to begin with.
It's a good point.
He's a big slob. He leaves dirty coffee mugs all over the place.
Well, listen, not everybody is cleanly. Not everybody picks up after themselves, and that's fine. But if you're at somebody else's house and they do, you got to follow their rules.
Yeah. Somebody said it wasn't petty, and it wasn't just a dirty coffee mug. It's your home. It's also your boyfriend's job to sort all this out.
That's a good point, too.
He's got to step up to the plate.
He's got to say, look, dude, if you want to stay here, you got to put stuff away. You got to pick up after yourself.
And then it says, why isn't this guy hosting dinners at his place? Probably because it's a pigsty.
Yeah, probably because he's got to pick up the place.
That's disgusting. He's probably got flies and
he's got all that stuff.
Everything else. By the way, speaking of dirtiness, there's another dead animal in this room. I could smell it in my little office over there when I was sitting there.
Do we know what kind? A mouse? A parapet?
I'm going to go with gecko.
Really? It's got that lizard scent to it.
Well, it's very tropical down here.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Well, there you go. There's another round of Am I the A-hole?
It's 7:22 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 7:28, and Poison with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be Liam's turn to tell you the weather this time.
Rock 102's Pro Picks pool is underway at rock102.com. It's your call football. Weekly winners score $50 gift certificate to Vanish Valley Brewing. The overall season winner gets a $500 cash card courtesy of Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics. Check the stats or go with your gut and play in Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool on rock102.com. Brought to you by Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Yes, happy anniversary to you.
It's been 3 years today that it has been the Bax and Nagle show, and
I still feel like there's just so much more elbow room.
More ego room.
Well, there's that, but
yeah,
I just feel like a man can spread out a little bit more than trying to fight total nonsense.
3 years ago today, September 23rd, 2025, was the beginning of the Bax and Nagle show.
No, it's 2025.
No,
today.
I'm sorry, 2022.
Yes.
2022.
You told me this morning. I'm like, has it been really 3 years? But then I thought, we did the Mayflower Marathon at MGM the first time together in 2022. Just you and me without all that baggage.
Well, actually, he never did it with us anyway.
No.
And there's a reason for that.
And in fact, maybe someday we'll tell you the exact conversation we had.
And
between the two of us in a private moment.
Yeah. But in the meantime, coming up, a funeral home's mishap. What's your favorite? I went to a wrong wake for a guy who was cremated instead story.
We got news next to Rock 102. 7:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news, and it is brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. It's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Springfield residents crossed the bridge Monday to enjoy some fair food, rides, games, and so much more. Western Mass News caught up with Keith Allen, who works at the Springfield Thunderbirds. He shared with Western Mass News how connecting with community members impacts the team. He said, we enjoy talking to fans. A lot of them come up to the old Coliseum, talk about the old Coliseum days. We love to hear that stuff, especially with Eddie Shore. A lot of the great stories about Eddie Shore. So it's special to be out here, especially on Springfield Day, interacting with fans and getting ready for another season of Thunderbirds hockey. He went on to say that there are big things in store for the upcoming Thunderbirds season, which officially kicks off on October 11th.
Are we talking to Nate Costa pretty soon?
Yes, the beginning of October.
October. All right, that's pretty close.
But yesterday was Springfield Day at the Big E.
Yeah.
Good time.
I'm excited about hockey season. In fact, you and I today are going to go over there for a little photo thing.
Yeah.
Going to shine and vogue the camera. I know I am. Can't wait.
That's going to be a hell of a. Our mugs are going to be up during the games in November.
That's what people want.
So we're just getting the thing started. We get to hang out with Boomer. We
get
to hang out when we get to throw our cans at him.
He likes that. He just swats them down.
Is that what it is? He just swats them right down.
That's all he's got to do.
Springfield Police seized two four-wheel ATVs on Saturday as part of the department's ongoing off-highway vehicle enforcement throughout the city. Springfield Police spokesman Ryan Walsh said that on Saturday afternoon, my best friend's sister's boyfriend's girlfriend heard from this guy who's dating this girl that there were people riding illegal dirt bikes. I guess it's pretty serious. There were several patrols directed in city parks, as well as following up on investigations in connection with illegal dirt bike and OHV activity in the area. That's off-highway vehicle. During the patrol, 2 stops were conducted. At approximately 1:40 p.m., officers in the area of Woodmont Street noticed a blue four-wheeler illegally driving on the road. They approached the driver when he stopped on Denton Street, and he was observed not wearing a helmet. Police seized the quad, and the rider will receive a criminal complaint to court. And then at approximately 3 p.m., a teenage girl was observed riding a red quad without a helmet on Hancock Street. Officers conducted a traffic stop and seized the quad. The juvenile will also receive a criminal complaint. They're cracking down.
Yeah, but can you ever really get ahead of it?
No, I don't think you really could. But I mean, they're one less dirt bike on the street is one less problem for the city of Springfield.
I suppose, but every time, it's weird. So Chip Harrington, right?
Yeah.
All right, and you were on that the podcast that he does. Where you walked up and down the river, right?
Did you do that?
No, I haven't been asked. But if
nobody wants to talk to you.
If asked, I would probably say yes. Anyway, He did one in Springfield where he's going to talk to Anthony Aralotta. Mm-hmm. Okay? Pretty interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Watched the whole thing. Thought it was pretty interesting. But right before he starts talking to Anthony, and they're walking through Springfield, the riverfront in Springfield rather than through Ludlow. Just as he's about to introduce Anthony, bunch of dirt bikes go riding down Riverfront Park, and you see Chip Totoso's like, man, I'll tell you what, this is what's making Springfield such a crime-ridden neighborhood. Now let me introduce you to my guest this week, Anthony Aralotta. And they're like, yeah, man, can you believe that? Like the two of them are starting to argue about not argue amongst themselves, but just like, yeah, can you believe the rogue
dirt bikes
in this neighborhood?
What is this neighborhood coming to?
It's all going to hell in a handbasket.
It's all falling apart. Well, you don't want to mess with Mayor Dom when it comes to these dirt bikes.
No, you don't. Surprised that he even puts up with any of this.
Get these dirt bikes out of my city. You know that Jesus could walk on water, but Dom can swim through land. You know, Dom once gave himself the lethal injection of potassium chloride just to see if it would give me a buzz. It did not. One time,
yeah,
a third grader tried to impress me by burping the alphabet. In turn, Dom belched the entire Gangs of New York screenplay.
Without taking a second breath.
Once a year, the National Undertakers Union holds a party in honor of Dom.
Really?
I keep heaven filled with fresh souls. You know, after my mayoral term is up, I'm going to be opening up a chain of retail stores called Bloodbath and Beyond.
I'd like a $5 gift certificate to that.
So don't cross me. You understand?
I understand.
And don't cross Main Street with your dirt bike, because we'll come after you then, too.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Here's some good news. Jillian Scott, a 15-year-old from South Hadley, received a surprise wish on Saturday, learning that Make-A-Wish, Massachusetts and Rhode Island will grant her a wish to go on a Caribbean cruise. Jillian, who is undergoing treatment for leukemia, was surprised on Saturday with the news at Brunel's Marina in South Hadley, surrounded by family and friends and representatives from Make-A-Wish and Liberty Bank. The wish Jillian has been granted to go on this trip has put such a smile on his face, on her face, said Jillian's mother, Allison Scott, and the fact that she learned about it surrounded by friends who love her, priceless. I don't know how to thank you for everything. For the celebration, Jillian and her guests enjoyed a private Connecticut River cruise on the Lady B, with lunch provided by Jersey Mike's. This is like the pre-gaming for the cruise.
Right.
Yeah. There'll be other food on the cruise.
Oh, of course there will be.
Not like a Jersey Mike's or not Jersey Mike's is pretty good, but, you expect a little bit better quality food when you're, on the actual cruise.
Well, you expect that,
yeah.
Steve. But sometimes just to save a few bucks, you bring your own.
And the community has been there to support her. Her wish was made possible in part by Liberty Bank, which donated $50,000 to Make-A-Wish, Massachusetts and Rhode Island this year. Their donation is part of the larger $200,000 gift to Make-A-Wish, which will help include grant multiple wishes for children with critical illnesses. So there you go.
It's a good organization. We used to do a lot of stuff with Make-A-Wish. I always enjoyed doing that.
Yeah. It's one of those things that people aren't going to get to experience, life to the fullest. So you try to make the best you can out of it.
But those people that contribute and those people that provide the wishes, it's not only satisfying for the kid they're doing it for, but even more satisfying for the people who are doing it for the kid.
Right.
It's a really cool organization.
Some women carry pepper spray, some carry mace or bear spray, but this woman was a little sillier with her choice. A 48-year-old woman in Florida named Crystal Watts, Krystl, Crystal, was arrested after she allegedly battered a 33-year-old man with silly string. She confronted him, began spraying, and emptied it all. She then threw the can at the man and hit him on the forehead and caused a gash. She was charged with battery and spent the night in jail before being freed on a $1,000 bond. The police did not list a motive, so it's unclear why she attacked him. He wasn't arrested, and there's no indication that he did anything to her first. It's also unclear what their relationship is. That said, her phone number is linked to an escort service, which has a website featuring a variety of naughty photos of her under the name Taylor.
Is the silly string an option in that menu, too?
Maybe. Apparently, a recent post featuring her says that she's, quote, back in the saddle and ready to ride.
Who are we to judge, Steve? Who are any of us to judge?
She looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
Like 1980s Ellen DeGeneres?
No,
or
like after all the money ran out, Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, I see, yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Like she's taking a meth class.
You know, Steve, for many people, when you go and make a purchase of any kind, sometimes you want the highest quality. But when it comes to these kinds of monetary exchanges, sometimes that stuff is not all that important.
It's not?
Sometimes in that field, good looks are not always what you're looking for. What you're looking for is quality craftsmanship at a reasonable price.
In about an hour.
In about an hour or less.
It's like she's the lens crafters of escort services.
Exactly. Right. You may not have the best looking glasses. They may not fit correctly, but at least you can see what you're getting into.
Just watch out for the goop in your eye.
That's right.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today. It is sunny to start, then rain this afternoon with a high of 78. It is 59 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Dig deep and
Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny to start, then clouds moving in with some chance of rain showers this afternoon. High of 78. It is 59 right now in downtown Springfield.
So, we've been telling you about all the comedy shows that are coming around. The big one that we're all excited about is the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Our headliner is Tom Cotter. If you've never seen Tom Cotter live, you need to do yourself a favor. He is such a pro, and he's been a friend of our show for many, many years. Steve will be there. Corey G will also be hitting on the stage, and I'll be the host for the evening. What I'm going to do there, that's anyone's guess. Probably just shut up and let everybody be funny. It's a night of laughs to benefit the open pantry, and all the profits are going to be given to the Mayflower Marathon, which is coming up in November. It's the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aquapump, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Did you see a story out of Chicopee about this funeral home?
Yeah, this is an odd, weird story.
Siblings are accusing a Chicopee funeral home of cremating their deceased father before they had a chance to pay their final respects, according to a new lawsuit. Brianna Santiago, a Pennsylvania woman, and her brother Anthony Santiago of Westfield claimed Grise Funeral Home, I think that's how you say it, Grise with the accent over it, Grise Funeral Home, cremated their late father ahead of a pre-scheduled viewing of his body, which allegedly violated a contract between the parties. Brianna allegedly also called the funeral home on September 14th of 2022 to talk to Angela Bells, funeral director, about funeral arrangements for her sick father, says the 9-page lawsuit filed in Hampton Superior Court. The next day, Angel Santiago, the sibling's father, died. He was 72, according to his obituary. The lawsuit was filed on the third anniversary of his death. Brenna alleges that on September 16th of 2022, she called Bells to help to plan the outfit her father was to wear during the 1-hour viewing before his cremation. Instead, Brianna alleges that she was told her late father had already been cremated, according to the lawsuit. At no point in time did either plaintiff execute a written cremation order, according to the lawsuit. The funeral home, open since 1921, is a family-owned business. It works with families on funerals, either burials or cremations, and prearrangements, according to the website. When reached by phone Monday, Bells, the funeral director, said she was not aware of the lawsuit and declined to comment. There's no attorney listed for Bells or the funeral home in the court documents. This is the only lawsuit filed against the funeral home, according to court dockets. The Santiago siblings are represented. They're suing the funeral home on multiple counts, including intentional interference with a dead body, reckless and negligent interference with a dead body, and interference with a corpse. Additional counts include negligent infliction of emotional distress, and breach of contract. They're demanding a jury trial. Yikes.
Wow. That's, I mean.
You know, this isn't like Chick-fil-A screwed up your order and we'll remake it for you.
No.
This is, the order has been destroyed kind of thing.
This is also, I mean, on a much smaller scale. Remember that funeral home a couple of years ago? It wasn't that far away from here that apparently didn't dispose of bodies fast enough.
Oh, yeah. They were stacking them up inside.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole lot worse than this is. But if you're the family and the dearly departed had wishes that needed to be fulfilled, I got to tell you, if I'm the funeral director, I'm going to do whatever I can to try to rectify the situation.
Yeah,
maybe a massive discount, something.
Well, can't you? With all the technology and makeup artists we have, can't we just take another body and then show it and pretend
Steve,
it?
you can't.
Listen, you ever go to a wake and you see the person in the casket and you're like, they don't look anything like they used to look like.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Their bodies have been bombed, all the blood's been drained, all that good stuff.
I know, but I think in a situation like this, you don't have that option. And you don't do the old switcheroo.
Well, I mean, you got to make it look like the person that passed away. You can't just bring some guy with if the guy had no facial hair, and all of a sudden you bring a guy with a womb broom on his face into the viewing area. You're like, wait a minute, what happened to my dad? Oh, he grew a beard after he passed away.
Yeah, that doesn't happen like that.
Doesn't do that?
I don't think so. But anyway, I feel horrible for the family. That's very upsetting. I'm sure I would be quite steamed if that were happening in my family.
Yeah. And then, the ashes. How do you know that the ashes are coming from that? I know they're certified and everything, and they come with a little tag inside, but how do you know that's your loved one?
Usually it's got a tag on the urn.
Yeah, I know, but you don't know.
A little name tag?
It's like you don't know if that person in that urn is your loved one.
For the price they're charging me for those kinds of services, I would like to think that I'm getting who I think I'm getting.
Well, listen, garbage companies charge you money for recycling items when they don't even recycle them at all. It all goes into the same landfill as the other stuff does. Well,
I'm sure that's true, but from a customer service standpoint, I would want to provide exactly what I have offered the customer.
Like, how do you know those ashes aren't the remnants of the smoker's outpost that's posted behind the funeral home? Like, where the mortician goes out to have a butt. He's flicking the ashes in the smoker's outpost.
Because I have noticed whenever I've had to spread ashes, they do not smell like nicotine tar.
Well, you don't know because it's in the urn. It's not like you're taking out and sniffing the ashes.
But when you scatter the ashes, you can. They don't smell like an ashtray. It's different.
Where'd you get this urn? Oh, it was all my Marlboro miles I traded in.
Oh, my God.
Life's an adventure.
That is true, Steve. It certainly is. It's 7:56 at Rock 102.
Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I'll be honest. If I were to get back in the game of professional sports team ownership, a few things would have to happen. First, I would probably need more than a single share of non-dividend paying stock in the team. I'm never going to fall for that same mistake again. Secondly, I would need to suddenly fall into a lot of money that I do not presently have. And thirdly, I would like to know the team I was buying wasn't a total piece of garbage. Sadly, there's no such thing as the lemon law in Major League Sports ownership. Owning a team is usually a scratch and dent sale situation at best. What you do, what you get off the lot is what you can hope for. Yesterday, Major League Baseball owners unanimously approved the sale of the Tampa Bay Rays to real estate developer Patrick Zalupski in a deal that is said to be worth $1.7 billion. Now, the reason the current owner, Stu Steinberg, is selling the team is because, unlike nearly every other team in baseball, they are still playing in a temporary stadium following the damage from Hurricane Milton to Tropicana Field. The Steinberg team announced in March that due to delays and future hurricane threats, they were backing out of the $1.3 billion plan to build a new stadium. Otherwise, fans could enjoy not going to games in 3 different places. You see, Tampa has the second worst attendance record in baseball. Only the A's have it worse, but that's mostly because they're functionally homeless. My question is this: with the Yankees worth $8 billion and the Red Sox worth $7.4 billion, what part of buying the Tampa Bay Rays seems like a good idea? It's a team with limited growth and evaporating customer base, and as of about 12 hours ago, still no permanent place to play. You know, whenever I buy a big ticket item, I like to make sure I'm not buying a whole piece of junk. I'll kick a few tires, take it for a spin, might even look for other options. But since this $1.7 billion sale is going to include a $1.3 billion stadium support, the average attendance of 9,700 people per game, I would strongly consider buying something else. But hey, you do you. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Nate at the Westfield Rockies, a steel-trained outdoor power tech, silver certified. And it's not the only certification he's got. Get intelligent outdoor power advice right now. Go see Nate in Westfield. Good people, rock solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 8:11 and Hart with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny to start, then clouds moving in with some rain showers possible this afternoon with a high of 78. It is 59 right now in downtown Springfield. Gonna make you hungry.
Now what?
Everybody's had this happen. You're hanging out with somebody and they can't stop talking up some new brand, exotic dish, or TikTok food hack, and
Yeah.
you try, like somebody trying to sell us that fruit fair chicken salad,
Yeah.
and becoming this lackluster explosion in your mouth.
It was fine. It was
It was chicken salad.
It was
wasn't anything.
oversold.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
Yes. Well, people online are listing the foods that were the biggest disappointments once they finally tried them. Here's some highlights. You ready?
Okay.
Truffle oil fries. I never ever saw the appeal to this. It smells. It's disgusting. It's not even good.
It's, you know what? If you had just regular truffles, if you ever had that, they're really quite good. But by the time they're infused in oil, the oil then becomes rancid and gross.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's totally overused and really not all that impressive.
And from what I understand, that real truffle oil, like pure truffle oil, is so expensive and so hard to get that it's like what you're getting at like a local restaurant that happens to serve truffle fries isn't really truffle oil.
Yeah, you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
When I have fries, really all I want is like salt and ketchup.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing I need.
Dubai chocolate. It wasn't even close to being good for all the hype it got. Have you tried it?
I have not tried it.
It's not worth the $20. It's a $20 candy bar. Yeah, they're selling them all over the place. And you can go into a confectioner's shop. I'm sure you can find one.
It's sometimes like loaded with like a pistachio cream or something like that.
And I like pistachio.
I do too,
but not for $20. That's the overhyped part about it, is that it's because it's such a
it's trendy
item.
Yeah, it's trendy. That's what you're paying for.
The McRib. How did you even have high expectations to begin with?
I know people that like set their calendar to the release of the McRib, very much like they set it to the Shamrock Shake. And while they're both okay, I'm not stopping my entire calendar year on it.
The McRib is good as far as mystery meat goes. It's a compressed patty of God knows what.
Right.
But it's got a decent taste to it, but it's not like, oh my God, I gotta go have a McRib.
It's meat. It's okay. It is meat meant to look like a waffle fry,
right,
dipped in barbecue sauce. That's about all you're getting.
Yep.
That's it.
The gigantic smoked turkey drumsticks at fairs. Yes.
Too much.
The meat is like ham. Somebody pointed that out. Because it's the smokiness to it. It's not that great.
It's not that great. I prefer a non-smoked turkey.
Fondant. I don't even know what that is.
So fondant is it's kind of like a frosting. It's something that covers something. Like, so for like a cake, you would see a fondant, which is like a very smooth, thin.
Yeah, I see.
But the problem is, it's not particularly flavorful.
It's more for decoration about decorating the cake than it is for actual edible.
If you ever watch the show Cake Boss,
Yeah.
he would cover everything in fondant, and it looks cool. But as far as flavor goes,
It's the way to ruin a cake.
it's the way to ruin a cake.
Turkish Delight.
What is Turkish Delight?
That's like the gel. It's like gel, and it's like rolled in flour or sugar. I think it's sugar. I think it's powdered sugar on the outside of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's gross.
That's not that great.
Crumble cookies. I know. My kid was going nuts. Crumble cookie. And then we finally, after months of being bugged about crumble cookie,
They're okay.
it was all right. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
I've had better cookies.
Sparkling water. Overrated liquid static. Donuts from Dunkin'. They look pretty, but they always seem to be stale.
Oh, I don't find them to be stale.
You just find them to be unedible.
No, I don't. I'll eat them.
Yeah.
I'll eat them. But I mean, given a choice, and
I'd definitely take a local donut dip over.
Donut dip.
Yeah.
To me, donut dip is the best one in the area. People can argue all they want, but donut dip is a premium product every time.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't buy.
I don't go out and buy donuts very often.
I've been pretty disappointed with Dunkin' Donuts lately. Like, it's not as good as it's hyped up to be. It's just because there's an abundance of them.
It's still a safe go-to. I mean, if I need a quick coffee, I'll go to a Dunkin'. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, or you could just,
I'll do that.
Folgers and some water, and you'll be all set.
Well, I don't have Folgers crystals.
Well, you could go get them.
Leave them in your cabinet. You forget about it.
Lobster. Yeah, lobster's good, but it is overpriced, and it's not worth. I don't think it's worth the price of having a lobster.
Well, I like lobster. Don't get me wrong. I would never order it in a restaurant because the price is ridiculous. If I bought a lobster from a seafood store,
yeah,
I'm probably going to get a decent price for it. I have a big moral problem with spending more than $25 on a lobster roll. To me, that's outrageous.
Ridiculous.
If I can buy a lobster for like $7 or $8, there ain't nothing you're doing to that lobster that justifies more than doubling its price to put it on a hot dog bun.
I don't think it wasn't this year, but it was last year. I was in a Panera Bread, and they had a lobster roll for $30, and I'm like, at a Panera Bread, like what?
Yeah.
What's so special about this lobster?
There's nothing more special about that lobster roll than one you can make in your own home for a fraction of the cost.
Twinkies. They used to be good, and I swear by this that all the ingredients that all those companies had used are now cheapened ingredients, and it tastes less good.
Well,
like it's not.
It's been a while since I've had a Twinkie, but the last time I had a Twinkie, it tasted almost exactly like I remember them tasting.
Yeah.
But I do know that a lot of the ingredients that were once in a Twinkie have been proven to cause cancer in laboratory animals. So
known to the state of California to cause cancer.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I kind of I've weaned my way off of the delicious prepackaged snack cakes.
Dragon fruit.
Never had it, but I've heard it's not that great. It looks cool.
Yeah, the fruit has the texture. Visual design 10 out of 10. Badass name 10 out of 10. It tastes like water. It doesn't even taste like anything.
It's not that great.
Oysters.
See, I love oysters.
But here's the thing. You and I used to stand at that the old Sheriff Ash picnic. Very good.
Had
very
some
good.
cherry stones as they were.
Yeah, and you and I used to stand there and probably eat about 2 pounds of cherry stones.
Easy.
And just like we was sitting at the bar like we're doing shots.
Yeah.
And just sucking those cherry stones down. I don't know if I can do that anymore. I'm getting away, like as I age, like a fine wine.
Mm-hmm.
Bartles and James. But as I age, like a fine wine, the rawness thing is it freaks me out because of people getting sick and I'd prefer the food to be cooked.
See, I still love them. I really.
It's got to be from the right
do.
place and the right setting. I can't just I'm not going to eat oysters at the Chinese buffet down in West Springfield. I wouldn't trust that.
I'm eating oysters that were shucked right out of the Connecticut River. I mean, I'm not doing that. I would like to know that my oysters are coming from someplace decent. But I don't really have a problem with that or sushi or any of that.
Yeah.
Even beef tartare. I don't know if you've ever had that. If you've had it like a good one,
yeah, but
fantastic.
But technically, it's cooked because you're putting vinegar.
No. Technically, it's just very fresh.
Yeah, but isn't it like, don't you put vinegar on it, and the vinegar is supposed to like technically cook and kill the bacteria on it?
I guess so. I don't know the full science of it, but every time I've had it, I've had 15 of them.
Or am I thinking of beef carpaccio? Maybe I'm thinking of that.
Yeah, but it's still uncooked beef.
Champagne.
Totally overrated.
It's basically just crappy wine with bubbles in it.
That's basically it.
Pop-Tarts. I don't know. They're not like the greatest food, but did you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so freaking good.
I'm not a huge fan of Pop-Tarts, but when one is available, I don't turn my nose at it.
Coconut water.
That loosens you up.
Does it?
If you drink enough coconut water, that'll go right through you.
Someone described it as it tastes like water that's been in someone else's mouth. And the Starbucks PSL, the pumpkin spice latte, so disappointing, overpriced sugar and mid coffee. Yeah, I'm not a pumpkin. I don't drink it because I'm not a pumpkin guy. I don't like pumpkin stuff. It's
what about a pie? You like a pumpkin pie?
Nope, no.
Really?
No. There's something about the pumpkin pie that
I like a pumpkin pie, but I don't go bananas over the pumpkin spice stuff. I really don't.
No, but there's a lot of chicks that do, and they're all wearing their Ugg boots now. And
yeah, I know. So it's
doing
the season.
It's pumpkin spice season. It's cool. It's fall. Yay. Colors.
Hot coffee, cream only. That's all I need.
That's it?
Perfect, simple, never disappoints.
Yeah, well, I mean, what else? Have you ever tried anything else, though, that you were like, that's not...
Oh, yeah, no, I've had my share of the lattes and what have you.
No, I mean, like any other foods that somebody hyped you up to try, and then you tried it, and you're like, it wasn't even that good.
I'm not a big fan of maple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make waffles, and I just bought this real maple syrup for $46 a quart.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
Listen, I know people love maple, and that's fine. It's just not my thing. Also, beets. Those things grow in the dirt, and they taste.
A lot of things grow in the dirt,
but beets apparently absorb the flavor of the earth.
Have you ever
it's gross?
Have you ever put butter on a beet? It's so freaking good.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And so, I made beet salad. So delicious. I'd rather beat something else.
Yeah.
Like the person that made the beet salad.
You'd rather beat your meat than you would be beating a beet.
100% true.
There you go.
Every time.
Well, there you go. There's some foods that we tried today.
It's 8:23 on Rock 102.
Call or text it.
It's 8:26 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Well, now it's in my head and we got to play it. You ready?
Okay.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so
freaking good.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? If you haven't, then I think you should. I was sitting in the kitchen one day and I was itching to fill up my belly with the piping hot jelly of the best damn treat in the world.
He's talking Pop-Tarts.
And I saw a stick of butter and it almost made me shudder and scream like a baby girl. I don't want a giant penis or a rocket trip to Venus. I don't want to win the lottery. I just want to squat and gobble till I'm dizzy and I wobble in a butterfruit and Joe Tart dream. So I put butter on a Pop-Tart. It was so friggin' good. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? If you haven't, then I think you should. Everybody, come along with us. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so friggin' good. Yeah. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? If you haven't, then I think you should.
Ah, see? What a great song, huh?
That's
Yeah, good
fantastic.
times.
That's great. That's
It's going to be
delicious.
stuck in your head all day long.
No, now I want a Pop-Tart with some butter smeared all over it.
We should have a pop. You know, there's all that food upstairs from the Oktoberfest the other day.
I don't know why we're not chowing down on it, frankly.
Because it's a couple of days old.
It's still fresh.
I tried heating up a pretzel. It was a little stale. And
Would
not
you heat it up by the microwave?
Well, how is he going to heat it up?
In the toaster.
I'm not going to put a pretzel in the toaster.
You can't put bread in a microwave and expect it to be good. It toughens it up.
Well, now it softens it up, and then at least it's soft enough and chewy, and you still get at least a little bit of
We got
flavor.
an oven. Why don't we pop them in the oven?
We don't have an oven.
We got an oven.
Since when?
For 20 years we've had an oven here.
I thought that guy that lost all his toes ruined the oven the last time he put it in
He's the last one to use the
Yeah,
oven. It still
yeah.
works.
Oh, well.
Still fine.
Oh,
Don't you
man,
worry about a thing.
right.
It's 8:28. News is next on Rock 102. Here's 8:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thank you, Bax. Today, I don't even know where I'm going with this.
News.
Rosh Hashanah, marking the start of the Jewish High Holy Days, began last night at sundown and will continue to end at dusk on Wednesday. It celebrates the Jewish New Year and is time for reflection and giving thanks. It's observed with family dinners and religious services, bringing the community together to celebrate the creation of the human race.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that funeral home over in Chicopee.
No.
Not the cremation of the human race. Students at the Yeshiva Academy are learning about Rosh Hashanah traditions through activities such as playing Rosh Hashanah bingo in the classroom. Yeah, that's all fine and good. What about the food?
The Rosh Hashanah food?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I want to go to one of these celebrations.
I went to a bris.
Did you?
Yeah. A buddy of mine and his wife had a baby boy. They did the bris. They invited me along.
Did you have all that good food to go along with it?
I found it... I found my appetite was a little bit taken aback when I was sitting in the front row for the bris.
Is that like a Gallagher show? Do you have to wear, just in case, like Shaky the Moil shows up and, accidentally, cuts a little bit too long?
No. I mean, the Moyle was very skilled. Very highly recommended.
No, I'm just, but you didn't want to eat? Because of that?
I found it a little hard to get into it. Normally I love food of all different cultures, and I had the smoked fish and I had everything else, but
that was.
I just thank God they weren't serving calamari that day.
Yeah, that would have been.
That would have been
something that
more than I can handle.
Would have turned me off to that, but yeah. Seems like you had a good time, though.
It was a delightful day. A delightful day. I was very happy to be a part of this very solemn and holy ceremony.
Well, I'm glad but you didn't try any of the good food.
I did. I'm just saying it took me a little bit of time to get there. I mean, I had to get out of my head what was going on.
Come out with those all beef cocktail wieners.
I did not have any of that.
That's when you don't.
No.
That's when you say no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that was like sausage liked, I stayed away from.
Let's see. A Longmeadow woman has pleaded guilty in Springfield federal court to a loan fraud scheme involving forged lease agreements and fraudulent rent rolls. I love rent rolls.
I like rent rolls, but only with a good dipping sauce.
Yeah. Like cinnamon ones? Do you like sweet ones, or would you prefer more salty, savory?
I'm far more savory than salty.
Charging documents stated that 57-year-old Jeanette Norman of Longmeadow and her husband Louis Masacci owned dozens of limited liability companies as business partners, including JLL Realty Developers, LLC. Norman's sister, Christine Gendron, was the financial manager for that company. Between May of 2016 and 2019, Norman, Masacci, and Gendron reportedly conspired to fraudulently obtain loans from financial institutions and commercial lenders for their company. They did this by providing false and fictitious financial information. Long story short, to the tune of $62 million in loans resulted in a loss of $20 million. In May, Norman and Massachi were indicted by a federal grand jury. In June, Gendron pleaded guilty in a related case to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Norman pleaded guilty last Friday to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. She's scheduled to be sentenced on January 22nd. For these charges, Norman could face up to 30 years in prison and a fine of up to $1 million or twice the gross gain or loss.
Probably seemed like a good idea at the time till they catch you.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of fraud. That's very heavily fraudulent.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking to build your business, fraudulent may be the way to go.
I think if you're trying to commit fraud, you want to go full bore into it. No one likes half-ass fraud.
More than 3,000 pounds of ready-to-eat seafood sold at Costco are being recalled due to a potential Listeria contamination. The recall affects Kirkland's signature brand Ahi Tuna Wasabi Poke, which was sold at Costco deli stations in more than 30 states. The products have a sell-by date of September 22nd. The FDA says the recall was initiated after a supplier announced the green onions used in the product tested positive for Listeria. No illnesses have been reported to date, but customers should throw the product away and contact the store for a full refund. Listeria can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections, and, they go on to say all the bad things that can happen. The states where those products were sold were quite a few, including right here in Massachusetts. So look for don't eat the poke bowl.
No problem.
Did you see there was another instance of the radioactive shrimp being recalled too? Another 80,000 pounds of that.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, no stores like directly around here, but there was quite a few states, probably like 15 states that had the shrimp distributed to it that still tested positive for this radioactive material.
I love shrimp. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like them when they're glowing.
Okay, you don't like glow-in-the-dark shrimp?
I don't like glow-in-the-dark shrimp.
Have you ever put butter on a glow-in-the-dark shrimp? It's so freaking good. Yeah. No, I didn't have her queued up and ready to go. That's too bad. Costco's got all that pre-made food out there. Did you ever try the street tacos at Costco? The street taco kit?
Had that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I never had the meatloaf or there's something else. The salmon. They have that big baked salmon, like you can bake the salmon and it's already pre-seasoned.
The one that's already vacuum sealed salmon?
No. This is like in a tray. This is all like from this prepared food section.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Do they have that?
I haven't had that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I still like getting the bag of chicken meat.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I haven't. I go to Costco only when it's absolutely necessary, like if we're out of toilet paper, because I really like buying it at $45 a bundle.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've been at the Costco's, and when I go, I'm not usually walking around looking for the samples anymore.
No,
not really.
Why not?
It's got to be something special.
Is it?
I don't need the blue crab dip. I don't need the salmon burger. I don't need any of that stuff. You got to give me something really to wet my whistle on that one.
Sounds like you're kind of missing out.
Maybe.
On all the prepared foods.
Could be.
They have soups. You ever try their soups?
Sometimes the soups are quite good.
Are they?
Sometimes.
Which one is your favorite? I like the tortilla one.
Tortilla was good. I had a tomato that was quite good. That's about it.
A Michigan widow is suing a funeral home that she claims stored her husband's ashes for nearly 30 years without notice. For years, 85-year-old Daisy Marshall believed the ashes of her husband Charles were safe in an urn at her home. This is what I was talking about.
Yep.
Now she's not sure whose remains she's been keeping. Where had those ashes been for all that time, and whose ashes did I have, Marshall said. The mother and grandmother was making pre-arrangements at Great Lakes National Cemetery back in 2022. She wanted to be cremated and interred with her husband, an Air Force veteran. That's when the cemetery staffers delivered devastating news. They told me that somebody was interred under my husband's ID already, and the ashes had been delivered there in December of 2018. She had previously believed she received all of her husband's remains at his memorial service in 1991, which was conducted by the Wilson Atkins Funeral Home. The funeral home is now involved in an ongoing legal dispute with Marshall over the handling of the ashes. An attorney representing the funeral home claims Marshall requested only a portion of her husband's ashes and the rest be stored at the facility for her to pick up. The lawyer says she never did, and those cremains remained there for 27 years. Marshall disputes this account entirely. The conversation never happened. It never happened. Even if the conversation had taken place, I was supposed to be given, according to what I read, some written communication to pick those ashes up. The state ordered the funeral home to give a proper final disposition to all of their unclaimed cremains in 2018, at which point they were sent to Great Lakes National Cemetery. See, you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you are placing a bit of trust in the in that business exchange. You would like to think that you've got who you think you got.
Do they? It's the same thing with the pets. How do you know? You really think that they're burning one pet at a time to get those remains? They're throwing them all in the same van, turning the oven on.
To me, that's a desecration. It's a desecration.
Yeah, but who's to know? All right, well, you had a little parrot that we cremated. We know we only need like a thimble full of ashes for that.
Right.
But then like the cat, we need,
But if you got like a Newfoundland, then all of a sudden you're talking about a big pile of ash.
That's when they know. Like if you get, let's say you had a dog and all of a sudden you get 20 pounds of ashes.
Yes.
That's when you know somebody screwed up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have somebody else's pet hippopotamus. And you were supposed to give me my dog's ashes.
Yeah, this is like a Yorkie. All of a sudden, I got 15 pounds of ashes. It wasn't 15 pounds of dog.
The state's mortuary science unit investigated the matter and cleared the funeral home of any wrongdoing. So she's not going to win any money or anything. But 27 years, yeah. I wonder who she was talking to. She's probably saying, "Hi, Harold." Every morning.
Mm-hmm. And it was somebody else.
My name is Gene. Okay?
Well, wait a minute.
You've been calling me the wrong name the entire time I've been in this house.
All of a sudden, you're talking about this is some sort of ghost situation.
Oh, God. Can you imagine being married to this woman? Like the actual dead guy's ashes in the thing. He's got to listen to all this all day long.
Yeah.
All the plan. Remember when we used to go walking hand in hand? And he's like, "Woman, I know you can't hear me, but this is the wrong ashes. I'm the wrong person. It's not me.
What did I do in my life to deserve sitting on this woman's shelf?
That's probably
for all eternity.
It's probably his purgatory.
Probably is.
Yeah, he had to listen to some nagging lady for 27 years. Before he finally got returned to his rightful owners.
Boy, that's a familiar scenario.
This is a really dumb radio show.
It's the stupidest.
And people actually listen to it.
Hard to believe.
Sunny to start today, then clouds, then rain. High of 79. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 70. It is 63 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:50, and Def Leppard with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be a little bit of sun to start, and then clouds moving in with some rain showers this afternoon. High of 79. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 70. It is 63. In downtown Springfield.
Steve, it is a Shop Tuesday here on Rock 102. This morning at 9 o'clock, if you go to rock102.com, you can save 30% off to Peter Haven's Restaurant in downtown Brattleboro. One gift certificate, two great options. Use your certificate at Peter Haven's or at the Oyster Bar right next door. Impeccable service, incredible food, elegant but casual experience. And you know what? Downtown Brattleboro is really not that far. So if you want to have a good time, you go to the Shop 30 store right now just after 9 o'clock. At rock102.com. 30% off at Peter Haven's in Brattleboro. Do not miss out.
There you go.
Okay?
Whatchamacallit? Cake Day is this Friday.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you September people, not very adventurous.
Well, you got to understand, Steve, we had one direction in front of us, and then all of a sudden there was a switcheroo.
Yeah.
And then we're going to a different bakery. At the beginning of the month, we talked about a different bakery that I had never been to. So I don't know what's good. Saw the menu. I made a choice. I didn't really care all that much. And then for some reason, somebody thought, well, that's inconvenient for me to go on that particular day So now we're going to the old standby, which is fine. And, so now everybody has been, forced into changing their tune. So I'm not surprised that you're feeling a little put off by whatever's going on with the September folk.
Well, I mean, it's from La Fiorentina.
Which I have no problem with at all.
Right, and it's another ricotta cake. Nobody has they have so many other different flavors over there, and everybody just agreed on the ricotta cake. And I'm just like, you know what?
The cannoli cake is delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, which is basically the ricotta cake.
Well, they're all delicious.
Yeah.
But I want to try something new.
But
nobody wants to try.
Well, your
anything.
birthday is next month.
I know.
So
you know what? We're going to that other bakery next month, and we're getting something that the October people want. There's only 2 of us, but there's
there's 4 of us. There's me, there's Cohen, there's Derek, the IT guy, who's about the happiest person I've ever met in my life. You could give him you can give him a dog bone to be happy with that, and then the boss.
Actually, next month happens to be the birthdays of the 2 people who run the cake committee. Me, the cake czar, and the sovereign cake prince. And we're having the cake that we want.
And that is?
Peanut butter explosion.
Now, what happens if someone has a peanut allergy here?
Then they can go get a ricotta cake down the street at La Fiorentina.
You go out of your way when Dan goes his gluten-free way, and Scott upstairs has his gluten-free slice. Yeah. Go out of your way for them, but you're not going to go out of your way this time? Because you guys are in charge?
Who's got a nut allergy in here?
I don't, but I don't know. I mean, peanut butter cake sounds okay to me, but somebody else might have some sort of shock to the system. Need to be revived. We don't really have
there's nobody here with a nut allergy.
You don't know that.
We already established that.
Did you?
It's been almost 12 months of doing this cake thing, and nobody has claimed that they have a peanut allergy.
Has there been somebody that hasn't shown up to any of these with the outside chance that they may have had some peanut exposure to the ingredients that you are not aware of?
No. Not that I know of.
Well, then I guess you might just have to think twice about your choice.
And because it's a special month, being the fact that the cake committee is actually celebrating their own birthdays, we will also have a catered lunch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
You're getting a catered lunch and cake on the same day?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Who's paying for that?
The company. Because that's how we decided that if you raved the bylaws of the cake committee, it says clearly in there that we can choose whatever the hell we want to do.
I don't recall any of this being discussed amongst the rest of the staff.
Well, because
I tell you what, on Friday when it's cake day, maybe I want something more than cake.
Well, then you have to get that on your own.
That's horse crap.
No. For the people putting in the effort to make other people's birthdays the happiest they could be, the reward is not only a bougie cake, but also a bougie lunch.
Well, you know what I'm finding, Steve, in this whole cake committee thing? You're trying to spread joy, but you're also trying to spread joy as long as it pleases you. And I think that shows a certain deal of selfishness and self-centeredness that the folks in the September birthdays shouldn't have to put up with.
Nobody complained. Did anybody even read the bylaws of the cake committee rules? I don't think they did, because if they did, they would have known this already.
That
you
October
clearly
is a lunch too.
Deleted that email that I had initially sent out nearly a year ago.
Don't take this wrong. I delete all your emails. So it's not just that one. But I don't remember anybody having any discussion about this.
Because you didn't read it.
October being so special.
You didn't read it. You did not read it.
I didn't think I'd have to. I didn't think anybody would be that bold and self-centered to think they needed more than cake.
I don't think that's bold and self-centered. That is payment for being the leader of morale in this company. We haven't had morale around here for years. We went cakeless. Well, actually, and for years, we dealt with cardboard cake. Cardboard cake, then no cake. And now we have something to look forward to each month.
All right.
And because of me,
right,
solely me, that I came up with this idea about getting a bougie cake every month to celebrate people's birthday. And because of me, that effort requires an extra payment. And that extra payment comes in the form of A, whatever cake I want, and B, whatever lunch I want.
Well, maybe, Steve, this could all be smoothed over if you didn't bellyache about the kind of cake we're having this Friday. Because the September people want a ricotta cake.
Because you're so vanilla. Actually, you're so ricotta. It's the same thing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We've had
delicious.
Ricotta cake 3 times now.
Because it keeps being delicious.
No, you need to expand your palate. You can't just have the same thing time and time again.
I don't always have the same thing.
No,
but
you were part of the decisional group that would pick that particular flavor of cake.
I believe my official answer is I don't care what kind of cake it is.
Don't be part of the solution, not part of the problem, Bax.
It's 8:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.